The mat is set, the fighters are ready, and in this final battle, it's not just about karate, it's about legacies, broken bonds, and one last shot at redemption. Cobra Kai Season 7 is not just another season, it's the last round, the final punch, and the moment everything changes. The trailer just dropped, and what it shows is shocking. Secrets are revealed, alliances are shattered, and one fighter is seen falling at the end. This is the final showdown. And we're breaking it all down. Cobra Kai Season 7 has finally been confirmed as the end of the line, and the trailer proves it's going out with a bang. This season isn't just another fight between dojos. It's the final war between the past and the future, between mercy and power, between Miyagi, Eagle Fang, and the last breath of Cobra Kai. After 6 seasons of rivalry, training, and transformation, the stakes have never been higher. And the trailer wastes no time showing that in the first few seconds, we see Johnny and Daniel standing together again. But this time, there's no room for error. They're not just teaching kids how to fight, they're trying to stop a new wave of Cobra Kai followers from rising across the globe. Terry Silver may be gone, but his ideas have spread. New senseis, new students, and even deadlier techniques are shown flooding the karate world. It's no longer just about one dojo in the valley. This has become an international war. We also hear voiceovers of Mr. Miyagi's old lessons echoing throughout the trailer. It's a reminder that even in the chaos, there's still honor to be found. Daniel's eyes show pain. Johnny's face shows determination. And both of them know this is their last fight together. The creators have already confirmed that this season will tie up every storyline, settle every score, and give fans the emotional closure they've waited years for, but that doesn't mean it'll be easy. The trailer hints at big drama. A brief shot shows Carmen, Johnny's girlfriend, holding her stomach, confirming the pregnancy storyline is still strong. There's a tense moment between Sam and Tory, and most surprising of all, we see a brief clip of John Kreese possibly back in control, watching from the shadows. Is he helping, or planning something worse? Meanwhile, the students are training harder than ever. Miguel is faster. Robby is focused. Hawk is rising again after past struggles. And Kenny? He's no longer the scared boy from before. He looks like a serious threat. The next All-Valley tournament, teased at the end of the trailer, seems bigger than anything we've seen. Not just local, not just national. It's hinted that this will be the saga, the global competition that will determine the ultimate champion. And then comes the final shot in the trailer. Silence, then a fighter collapsing on the mat. The crowd gasps. Someone screams, but we don't see who it is. The trailer cuts to black, and the Cobra Kai logo flashes across the screen. Red, sharp, final. That's the tone for this entire season. Unforgiving, powerful, emotional. This isn't just a fight between students. It's a fight between beliefs, between generations, between everything that's made Cobra Kai the legend that it is. The final season promises pain, victory, and truth. And when the last punch is thrown, not everyone will be standing. This is just the beginning of our full breakdown. In the next section, we'll dive deep into the trailer scene by scene, what you missed, who's fighting who, and the biggest surprises you didn't catch the first time. A lone karate jive flutters in the wind. That's how the trailer begins. No music, no voices, just silence and the haunting sound of cloth blowing in the breeze. Then a foot slams into the mat. It's Miguel. Older, stronger, and more serious than we've ever seen him. His eyes say one thing: this is not a game anymore. The trailer cuts fast. Hawk is shown breaking concrete blocks in a dimly lit dojo, sweat pouring down his face. The camera zooms in on his tattoo. The hawk symbol is slightly changed. It's now wrapped in chains. A sign that he's fighting more than just opponents. He's fighting guilt, redemption, maybe even his past mistakes. Next, we see Tory training with brutal intensity. She's punching a metal dummy, not stopping even when her knuckles start to bleed. Behind her is a poster of Cobra Kai, but it's ripped and burned. It's clear Tory is struggling to decide where she truly belongs. Her face flashes with anger and pain. This season, she might finally pick a side, or create her own. Suddenly the tone shifts. A soft piano note plays as Sam stares at her reflection in a cracked mirror. Her GI is off. She's wearing her school jacket as if she's stepping away from the fight. But her eyes tell a different story. They're filled with doubt. And a kind of fear we haven't seen before. Maybe she's walking away, or maybe she's waiting for the right moment to return stronger than ever. Then dash bam. A rapid montage, Robby flipping through the air. Kenny sparring with two opponents at once. A mysterious fighter in a black mask watching from the rafters. This masked figure appears twice more in the trailer, never speaking, never fighting, but always watching. Who is it? A new villain? A ghost from the past? We finally see Daniel and Johnny side by side again. They're in a Japanese-style dojo with foreign writing on the walls, probably linked to the Sekai Tekai tournament. The voice of the tournament director from last season returns, saying, "This is where karate becomes legend." As the line plays, we see a massive stadium lit up with global flags, screaming fans, and a scoreboard that reads World Finals, Sekai Tekai. In one brief flash, a group of new students appears, likely international fighters. One wears a German flag patch. Another has lightning-fast hands and uses a unique fighting style, unlike anything seen in previous seasons. It's obvious as fighters are not here to play. Cobra Kai has evolved, and the world is watching. Next, we get a heartbreaking scene. Johnny is seen looking at a sonogram photo. Carmen stands nearby, smiling softly, but Johnny looks scared. He says just one line, "What kind of father can I be if I'm always in a fight?" That's when the camera cuts to a hospital hallway, brief, silent, cold. A possible health scare? Or something even more serious. The tension is real. We also catch a quick moment of Kreese. He's no longer in prison. His beard is trimmed. His clothes are clean. He walks slowly through a dojo with no students, just empty mats and memories. Is he returning to fight one last time, or simply watching his empire fall? And finally, the trailer ends with chaos. A massive tournament crowd screaming. Two fighters. Face off, one wearing a Cobra Kai GI, the other unknown. The battle begins, and then someone falls. Not defeated, collapsed. Gasps fill the air. The screen cuts to black. Then the words, "The final strike begins." This trailer doesn't just tease action. It promises heartbreak, twists, surprises. It's not just a final season, it's a final war between the old world of karate and the new future trying to replace it. Every shot, every frame is packed with meaning. Fans who look closely will notice nods to Karate Kid 2 and even hints about future spin-offs. But at its heart, the trailer tells one simple truth: everything we know about Cobra Kai is about to change. Up next, we'll dive into the characters' final arcs. Who's growing, who's breaking, and who might not make it to the end of season 7. The rivalries run deep, but this season, some bonds may be broken forever. Asterisk, not every warrior makes it through the final war. And in Cobra Kai Season 7, the biggest battles won't happen on the mat, they'll happen inside the hearts of the fighters we've followed for years. The trailer gives us quick glimpses, but if we pause, look closer, and think about what each character has been through, a clearer, more emotional picture begins to form. Let's begin with Johnny Lawrence. Once a broken man living in the past, Johnny has slowly transformed into a leader, a father figure, and a symbol of redemption. But in this final season, the trailer shows something new: fear. We see him holding his unborn child's sonogram. And for the first time, Johnny's greatest opponent might not be Kreese or Cobra Kai, it's the fear of failing his family again. He doesn't say much, but his face tells everything. The street fighter who never cared about tomorrow is now fighting for a future, not just for himself, but for Carmen and his unborn child. The stakes have never been more personal. Daniel LaRusso, on the other hand, is facing ghosts of a different kind. He's still loyal to Mr. Miyagi's teachings, but the world has changed. Karate has become global, aggressive, even dangerous. In the trailer, Daniel trains alone in the dark, whispering Miyagi's words. Karate is for defense. But defense may no longer be enough. The pressure of leading students, fighting off modern Cobra Kai, and living up to a legacy that feels impossible to hold, all of it seems to weigh heavy on him. His arc may be the hardest of all. deciding whether to let go of tradition or risk being left behind. Miguel has always been the heart of the younger generation. But now, the boy who once fought to stand again after a fall is being shaped into a champion with global eyes on him. The trailer shows Miguel fighting in silence, focused, intense. His mother and Johnny are watching from the crowd, which could mean this is his last tournament, the one that defines who he becomes. There's also a subtle moment where he stands across from Robby, not with anger, but with something else. Respect? Brotherhood? The two have been through so much. This season might finally close the chapter on their rivalry. Or spark something. Even more powerful. Robby Keene, Johnny's son, is perhaps the most complicated fighter in the series. Torn between two fathers, Johnny and Kreese, and two ways of life, Robby has finally started to find peace. But in the trailer, he's shown meditating alone, far from everyone. There's a moment where he walks away from a group of fighters. Could this mean Robby is stepping away from the dojo? Or is he preparing for a bigger role, a leader, a peacemaker, maybe even the future face of karate in the valley? And then we have Tory, the wild card. She's always fought like she has nothing to lose, but now she does. Her bond with Kreese, her rocky relationship with Sam, and her uncertain loyalty to Cobra Kai all come crashing together this season. One powerful image in the trailer shows Tory crying alone in the locker room, clutching her black belt. The single shot says everything. She's not just fighting opponents, she's fighting herself. Fans are already speculating, will Tory switch sides? Or is she planning to burn everything down, including the dojo that shaped her? Samantha LaRusso is also on edge. Her story has been about control, pressure, and trying to live up to her father's image. But now, with everything collapsing, Sam seems lost. The mirror scene from the trailer where she stares at herself without her jai may mean she's questioning her identity as a fighter. Or maybe she's preparing to become something more than a student. Sam has always fought with emotion. But this season we might see her fight with purpose. Meanwhile, Hawk is quietly becoming one of the most interesting characters. From bully to outcast to hero, his journey has been intense. In the trailer, we see him training harder than ever, alone, with firelight dancing on his face. He doesn't speak, but his actions say enough. Hawk knows this is his final chance to prove who he really is, not the loudest, not the toughest, but the most loyal. He might not win the tournament, but he could win the respect of everyone around him. And finally, the darkest shadow, John Kreese. The trailer only gives us a taste. A quiet figure walking through an empty dojo. He's free now, no prison, no chains, but what does that mean? Is Kreese looking for revenge or redemption? We hear him say, "I built warriors, now I'll finish what I started." That could mean anything and everything. One theory says he'll train a new student to carry on his legacy. Another says he'll sacrifice himself in the end. Either way, the final season won't end without Kreese making one last deadly move. The rivalries we've followed, Miguel versus Robby, Sam versus Tory, Daniel versus Kreese, Johnny versus his past, are all reaching their boiling point. But this time, there's more than trophies on the line. There's friendship, family, and forgiveness. Cobra Kai Season 7 isn't just ending a show, it's ending a legacy that started back in 1984, and every character, every fight, and every choice matters now more than ever. Up next, we dive into the release date, episode schedule, and what the creators are promising for this final chapter, including hints of spin-offs, and what the ending might really mean. Mark your calendars, because the final strike has a date. Cobra Kai Season 7 will officially premiere on Netflix in fall 2025, and with that, the long-awaited end begins. The platform has confirmed that this will be the last season. No more tournaments after this. No more training montages. No more second chances. Just one last ride for the fighters, the masters, and the fans who followed them for over 4 decades. Netflix has also announced that Season 7 will include 10 full-length episodes, each one packed with intense action, deeper emotional moments, and major turning points. But here's what makes this final season even more special. It's being split into 2 parts. The first 5 episodes will release together, creating a massive build-up. But then fans will have to wait a few weeks for the final 5. Why? Because the last episodes are being treated like a movie length. Conclusion: an epic goodbye to the Miyagi-verse. The creators Josh Heald, John Hurwitz, and Hayden Schlossberg have been clear about one thing. They're not just ending a show, they're closing a legacy. In a recent interview, they said, "We always knew where it would end. Cobra Kai isn't just about karate. It's about finding balance, about change, and about legacy. And now, we're ready to finish that journey, and the trailer shows it. There are no forced cliffhangers. No new season teasers. Just intensity, resolution, and an overwhelming sense that time is running out for every character. One by one, they're facing their choices, some good, some tragic. But is this really the end? Well, yes and no. Cobra Kai Season 7 is the end of this story, but not the end of the universe. In a hidden post-credit scene during the official trailer event, Netflix teased something subtle but explosive, a project titled Miyagi Origins. While no official confirmation has followed yet, that 1-second flash of the name was enough to send fans into a frenzy. Could we see a prequel series focused on young Mr. Miyagi? Could the series go back to Okinawa? Or show how Miyagi built his philosophy long before Daniel came into the picture? And that's not all. Fans are also buzzing about a possible spin-off featuring the next generation, led by characters like Miguel, Robby, and Tory. The trailer shows them all standing on a cliff overlooking the tournament. Arena silent, unified, powerful. It's not just a goodbye, it might be a passing of the torch. As for the ending itself, the creators have promised emotional closure. They've confirmed that not everyone will walk away unharmed. Some characters may say farewell forever. Others might finally get the peace they've earned. And one major twist kept completely out of the trailer is rumored to happen in the final episode. Insiders hint at something no one expects. A betrayal? A death? A surprising return? We'll have to wait and see. There's also growing speculation about a final letter or voice recording from Mr. Miyagi being revealed at the end. Something that ties the entire journey together. From Karate Kid to Cobra Kai. One source even claimed that the final scene will mirror the very first Karate Kid movie. But with new meaning. In short, the final season is built to end well, not rushed, not dragged. It's been crafted like a love letter to fans, a thank you to the past, and a respectful handoff to whatever comes next. It's the kind of ending that doesn't just close a story, but honors it. So, what can fans expect? 10 intense episodes, full of action and emotional depth. Split release, with the final 5 dropping separately for maximum impact. Global tournament stakes, filmed in real-world arenas. Shocking reveals, including one that's being kept tightly under wraps. Potential spin-offs and prequels, quietly hinted by Netflix. One final Miyagi message, possibly the heart of the finale. When the credits roll on the final episode, fans won't just be saying goodbye to Cobra Kai, they'll be saying goodbye to childhood memories. Decades of character growth and a legacy that redefined what a sequel could be. But before we get there, one final question remains: who wins, who loses, and who makes the ultimate sacrifice? Coming up next, we explore fan theories, possible spoilers, and emotional predictions for how the story could end. This is where imagination meets obsession, and where fans might already know more than the trailer reveals.